want to get graded, for example.
Hello.
Hello.
And Happy New Year, chaps. How we doing?
Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year.
I'm doing all right.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
That's all working. That's all working. That's all working. That's all working.
So if you guys are interested in something strange, I've noticed while my stream has been offline every now and again, in between, I'm noticing some strange accounts are following and obviously unfollowing because I'm not seeing my follow account be increased. Such as the most recent one, Lag Machine Twitch. And I'll do these next ones in order of like how they came through. What was it? It was okay. We're not on here anymore. But it was like Spy Ferret a B Volt. Not Spy Ferret a B Volt. And then definitely not Spy. What the fuck?
They're probably bots.
Oh yeah, probably
going
bots.
Following and seeing if people are active.
Yeah, they're bots, but it's very strange. A very strange bot. It's like, why would you? That's just like, what?
Well, they're obviously not being subtle about being bots.
Yeah.
They're just like they're just there effectively.
Yeah.
I think probably all that they're doing is going through and like checking whether or not you're active or something like that, and then if you were active, you'd like they'd probably use something more subtle.
Yes. Also,
or just to look at your statistics.
Who's Pirate Pepper?
Pirate Pepper, pal. That's JK. It's pal. She's been on, or they have been on. I don't know if it's a he or a she actually. They've been on like they joined my sort of community since like some of our first streams with me and Izzy. They've been in for ages. They just haven't really been active very much.
Fair play, fair enough.
I feel like it's a she, but I have no idea. I think they're from New Zealand.
Oh, interesting. Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Fair.
But they were on. They came on one of my streams a little while ago, and I invited them into the Discord, etc., etc. They were on one of my Subnautica streams.
Fair enough. Right.
Where is Isabel's?
Isabel is in the background, fiddling around with things. That sounded very sexual.
Oh, okay. Calm down. It's not that kind of stream, thanks. Yeah, I just wondered she was on Roll20, but she's not on there.
You're not being summoned as such, but you're they're just wondering where you are.
Just collating things, ready to make notes.
Izzy bought. So to give you a bit of context, Swishy probably already knows this because Izzy's probably shown him. To give you a bit of context, Ashley, Izzy bought a brand new notebook when she started, like just before Siltress came into the main campaign, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Can't remember exactly. It was just before Siltress joined the main campaign, I think. She's already used a third of it.
Wow.
When that charity shop opens,
Yeah.
you need to buy more books.
Yeah.
Buy multiple volumes of the story of Siltress.
Yeah, she's I mean, like, she's like, she's gonna need a fucking library by the end of this with the amount of fucking notes that girl takes.
I tell her she doesn't
Which is
need to take so many
fucking good.
notes.
She does.
What are you talking about?
She fucking does.
She makes ridiculous amounts of notes though.
What's going on?
She does make a ridiculous amount of notes, but that's what you're meant to do. You need to take more notes.
Well, my idea is Ragnar. Oh god, I can hear myself. No, not anymore. Ragnar wouldn't take notes. So
Yeah, but then Ragnar would also have, like, this is not happening at the same time as we are playing it.
True.
So you've got to think about what Ragnar would remember, because
Yes.
you will forget.
That's true.
Because there's a bunch of stuff that you forget that I'm pretty sure Ragnar would keep in his mind. Because we only play this once a week, whereas this is real time for Ragnar.
Yes.
Ragnar wouldn't forget what we did last week, because it's just happened for him.
Definitely. Um,
I think you guys really do. You should take more notes, but it's
Yeah.
up to you whether or not you do or not. At the end of the day.
just to check, did we take the money out of a pot that we used to buy things last time?
Yes. Yes.
I thought so.
I do remember you taking the money out.
Cool.
In the end, did we decide we weren't gonna build another room until we were sure? Was that what we did?
I thought we did build another room.
What did we choose?
You did build the jail.
Yeah, and then we were discussing
But you've
between
only
the
got
others.
one.
Yeah.
You haven't built anything else. I've
Okay,
made
cool.
notes on it. You haven't built anything else. You've got
Yeah.
one free room left.
Yeah, because I haven't ticked anything off, and I was like, did I forget? What did we choose?
No, you chose the jail.
Hmm. Okay.
But that's it. You haven't got anything else. Also,
that's
Squishy.
another thing we're gonna do.
Yes.
To kind of convince you to get the fancy dice plug-in, there's a Great Axe fancy dice as well now. They've got more of them. There's a barbarian themed dice basically.
I could, but I just like.
But you've got your barbarian themed dice anyway now. Your
Exactly.
dwarven barbarian themed dice. So you
Right.
can all just roll naturally anyway.
I forgot, what did I roll?
chose
A 17, didn't I? That's my first roll.
Black and blue for you, Ashley, because I figured blue would be part of your like noble colours, and now you've got a black arm.
Yes.
It kind of figured it suited Seldisa, a black and blue. Not to mention you're always getting injured, so you're always black and blue anyway.
Brilliant.
I'm getting good with my D&D related puns now. Right. I'm gonna clear the catalogue.
So currently we are sitting on, in my record, 10, almost 11,000 gold.
I think you had
Should that be
like
correct?
12,000. Yeah, I think you had 12,000 before you sold everything last time.
Sounds about
and
right.
you ate into that 12,000 a little bit. I could go back and check it, but
I think that sounds correct.
it sounds about right, to be honest. And I would like to point out that you guys don't actually need that much money. Like, you've got way too much money. You're saving it for I've got no idea what.
I thought we spent most
Considering
of
how
it.
much money you make on an adventure, every adventure you're making about 5k at least.
I think it's just because we couldn't
Like-
choose what to spend it on.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
And
You've
then
got
we've
the
got the
problem
big
of
amount of
you
money
like-
for if we need something.
You guys are basically a dragon. Between the four of you, you are a dragon. You like hoarding shit. You partially like hoarding shit, and partially you just don't know what to spend it on.
Hmm.
Maybe we should change the name from Chance Encounters.
To the
think I would
chance
put-
hoarders.
What's that
Something
TV
like
show
that,
about hoarders? We try and like fix things for them.
Hoarders.
No, there's like a where they can't if they can't remember what they have to, if they can't remember what they had, it gets thrown away or something. Like everything gets taken out of their house. Oh, I
I'm
forget.
pretty sure that's like just hoarders, I think.
No, it's something a bit more clever than that. Let me have a look.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
To be fair, we also did need some money if we were going to do research and send the eyes off and mittens and things like that.
I mean, yes, that is true. So you've got some options to spend to do that now as well, because you've got like a week or two to
Yeah.
just kill time at the minute.
I gotta admit, one mission I want to send the eyes on is seeing what Declan's been up to.
That's a potential option for you. Yep.
Declan.
I also think it'd be worth
Basically,
going.
If you wish to know the backstory, basically Declan was Saldis's older brother who basically betrayed the family.
Oh, okay.
You should remember that. He was stood there whilst his parents' heads got chopped off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I'm terrible with
It's been a
names.
while. It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
That was back in... Oh my god. April, I want to say.
Hmm.
You're going to be giving us a rundown anyways, right?
I will be giving you a rundown. I've got a recap.
Awesome.
Recap from the start of the campaign to present day.
I was wondering if we could count this recap as a sort of over the week. Siltrus sort of bugs everyone about what's happened, and then she sort of gains this knowledge. Just so I know what Siltrus knows.
Yeah, you can do that. Like, you've got
Okay,
a week.
yes.
You can... I'm sure Ragnar will happily sit down and like, tell tales and stuff like that about what the adventures... And you'd probably, like, give a little bit of information on what you have done.
Yeah.
Because the others don't really know what you and Zokus have done. So...
Cool.
I can imagine, like, sort of, like, me and Blind sort of, like, going, like, it didn't exactly happen like that.
Ragnar would be going like, I caught a fish this big! And Sir and Vine would be sat there going, it wasn't that big, actually. It was more than this big.
What's this about fish?
You are?
Something about fish?
No, it's an analogy.
I think I like the idea of Ragnar just like practicing running with his boots of speed and doing his parkour.
Yeah, but equally, I think like Ragnar would be very happy to just like tell tales and shit. Like, whilst he's not doing that, sit down with Siltrus and go, then we did this, then we did this, then we did this, then we did this,
Yeah.
then I punched somebody in the face, etc., etc.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Would be Ragnar's storytelling. Like, then I hit this thing with a big hammer, then I hit this thing with a sword.
But admittedly, Ragnar still needs to warm up to Siltrus a bit because he's still a bit peeved.
I thought you got over that. You apologised and shit. And, like, said it was
but it's
fine.
like, yeah.
He apologized, but he will still see you as the person that ran away. A bit.
What if I help you with
Well-
your cooking? I've got a spell that can flavour food.
The only thing he really responds to is fighting. You have to show yourself good in battle. I can hear myself going through your mic, Izzy.
Alright.
It's okay.
It's alright, just have your push to talk on.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Would you two be in the
get used to
same
it.
room at the minute? It's alright. It's the issue with lockdown at the minute, is you two being in your same room.
Yeah.
If he wasn't in a lockdown, I presume you'd probably be in your own places.
You say that.
A
Well,
little
to
bit
be
more.
fair, I was starting to get into the habit of going around mine for D&D, wasn't I, before lockdown? It was easier.
I don't think so.
No, I did.
No.
A few times. I did.
No. You practically look down
I do
here with
remember
me.
you guys not being in the same room before lockdown. Like
No,
before
before
tier
lockdown.
tier 3 and tier 4.
No. Before. Oh, possibly. I mean, very briefly.
Ages ago, Squish. Yeah, this was ages ago, Squish.
Yeah, ages before the first one. Not the first one, the second lockdown, because
The second lockdown, yeah, I think that's the one that Izzy means.
it was from the second lockdown onwards that we've been in the same place, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where's Ollie?
He's taking his time, isn't he?
I might switch to just chatting, and we'll go live and just chat shit for a bit.
You guys down for like some Among Us or like Minecraft afterwards? Oh wait, no, I didn't come through. Is your mic still muted, Izzy? Mine's muted too.
That's why I didn't hear you then.
Yeah.
You numpty.
I don't know. That's committing to Among Us. Don't think I want to. Don't know if I want to yet, at least.
Alright, wait till after then. People might not know either. Oh my god, you put yes, is, and I are. The letter R.
Yep.
Jesus.
Come
Told
on,
you.
Ollie. Where are you?
I love you.
I don't love you.
No. Keep trying.
Oh,
You know Stardew's had an update, right?
I should go and have a look
Yeah,
at
I've
see
updated it.
how
Twice
good
now.
my print's going. Ow. I'll be back in a
And
second.
then a load of interesting things happened, but I don't know if it was the update or just me playing the game. It was really annoying.
Yeah, there's a whole new like content update. 1.5 is like a big update.
Yeah, but like, I don't know how much of the new stuff I discovered was there and before and I didn't notice it, or was new. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Just quite annoying. So I want to know if it was my intuition or just an update. Initiative or whatever. I had to take my bees off because I hurt my ears.
Oh,
My
that makes me
headphones.
sad, Isabel.
It's sad, isn't it?
How dare you do that? How dare you? You bitch. Suck a dick.
So I put your charm on. Fuck you. I put your charm on.
It doesn't make any better.
No?
No.
I think it does.
No.
It does though.
Doesn't. You gonna cry?
I'm already crying.
Lol. Lol 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 lol.
Lol. Suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick. We're not gonna have a lot of time to play today, I don't think. By the time Harry Owen's finished his spiel. Oh, but then again, we'll be finishing later, won't we? Oh, do you think I should be defrosting my stuff? I should go
I
defrost
dunno.
dinner, shouldn't I?
No, is it don't worry. What do you mean defrosting?
I've got to defrost the dinner I've got.
Gotta
Might as well
defrost it
start
first.
now, huh? Saves doing it in the microwave.
What's the plan if Ollie doesn't get back in time? Which is
Not a clue. He did say 10 past 2.
yeah, we're already 10 minutes
What?
beyond that now.
I know.
Hmm.
Quickly just at him.
It looks like he's idle on Discord, so I don't know if he's at his computer or
He was
phone
on.
or whatever.
He was on his.
Oh, it didn't app properly.
No, it didn't. There we go.
He's away on Steam. It's saying he's away.
Yeah, it just means he's not at his computer.
He's
then.
idle on thingy, but he was on his phone earlier as well. So
Hmm.
Harry,
Yeah.
you should've done it when I
hopefully
stood
he'll
up.
be here in a
Throw over
second.
my blanket thing.
Sorry.
You should've done it when I stood up, but can you throw over my blanket thing? And my scarf. Thank you.
No.
Oh, I like
What?
being cozy though.
You get one of the other. Shut my window, by the way.
It is. Thank you.
While we're waiting, does anyone want to play pub quiz? Do a bunch of pub quiz questions.
We can do that. I'm just gonna go to just chatting for a minute, so we can actually like be live and we can just chat shit. So if we want to do like a few like pub quiz questions, that's fine.
Okay. I actually do fairly well on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire questions, unless there are certain couple of subjects.
Sounds good. Well, I basically just got like a pack of cards, which Izzy bought me for Christmas.
No, not me.
Hang on.
No, someone else bought me for Christmas. It's just a bunch of multiple choice questions essentially.
Hello, Strem. Sorry, turning my light on.
So as soon as we
Hello,
get started.
We are.
Is there a cat in the garden? Running away.
All I can hear is Izzy squealing in the background about a cat. Brilliant.
She's gonna scare it
I feel like that Izzy is now destroying Squishy's room to get a better look at this cat in the garden.
she's run outside actually.
Oh, okay. Like,
She's actually attracted a cat to her. Hold on.
okay. Okay. Well, Hello, stream. If anyone is watching, we are waiting for Ollie at the moment. He said he was going to be a little bit held up. He said he was going to be here at 10 past, but I presume he's probably been held up for a little bit longer than that. So we're just waiting to hear back from him. Squishy says he's got some pub quiz questions for us. Oh,
damn it!
Yep.
oh, do we have the magic of Vine joining us?
Sorry for being late. It's because
alright.
I had a engineering performance assessment thingy where they just went over my work, and it lasted
Okay.
a lot longer than I thought.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair enough. We kind of figured you were being held up, so because you did
Yeah.
say you were getting a bit held up. So.
Beautiful animal I've ever seen. Oh my god, it meows so much.
Izzy has found a cat
So beautiful. Oh my
and
god.
played with a cat.
I'm putting my
So-
cards away.
What?
Mine's back.
That Squishy's put his cards away because Ollie is now here. We'll do a pub quiz another time.
No, it's fine. No, I just saw it, and I know Izzy wants to play it as well.
I do.
I saw it as a good example.
We'll do a-
Quizzing.
No, we'll do a pub quiz another time because it means
Yeah.
I can do. We can do a D&D round. I'm happy with the D&D round. Pub quiz D&D round.
I saw a cat, guys. There was a beautiful, beautiful cat in the
Did
garden.
you stroke it?
We heard.
I got one little stroke in. One little stroke, and it went all the time. It's so vocal. I want a vocal cat when we get a cat. Oh my
If we
god.
get a cat.
When, not if.
If.
Right.
I remember.
You're-
Go on.
Oh,
You're
I
right.
remember when like I was at a sleepover around a friend's house and they had this cat named Diesel, and it walked in. I played around with it for a bit, and it just randomly bit my wrist. So I stood up to show like authority and like made myself look bigger, and it just bit my ankle.
Oh. Did it have a friend called
Oh,
Petrol?
no.
That sounds like a cat.
Yeah. I shouldn't
Having,
have tried.
having had cats most of my life, that sounds
Yeah.
exactly like a
I
cat.
tried to
You failed on your
intimidate a cat.
intimidation check.
Did he
You
have
did
a friend
fail
called
on your
called
intimidation
Diesel or Petrol or whatever?
I think it was Diesel and one was called like Mimi or something.
Oh, not
Diesel and
Petrol.
Mimi.
Diesel and Petrol would be better. It's a terrible mix though.
It should be petrol and dino juice. Right. Okay. So, are we all ready? You all have your brand new dice that you can be rolling today if you wish. If you
Ooh.
don't wish, you don't have to. You can roll on Roll20, but you can roll your actual dice if you want. Did you like your mossy dice, Ollie?
Yes, I really do. I'll
You like
quickly...
they're sparkly moss, like
Yeah, I know.
patches of moss.
Oh
aren't
shit! I
they?
just realized I never thanked you, Owen, for the dice. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry?
thank you.
That's fine. Yours I got specifically for Ragnar because
Yeah, I saw.
they are very much the dwarven barbarian dice. So you're welcome. That's some of your first sets of dice. For some of you,
Be my second set for me.
some that are second sets of dice. But these are your specific to your characters in this game sets of dice. It's now past. So we're going to, I think, if everyone is ready, we are going to jump in. Bring this across to the D&D screen. There we go. I'm going to pause this funky music and put on, where's my ambient? There it is. A little bit of background music. So, welcome back, Fractured Empire. We've had a nice long break with all of the chaos that has surrounded the New Year and Christmas and all that. We've had a nice long break. So, for those of you that, certainly for those of the guys that haven't got a clue what happened last time because they've completely forgotten in the past 3 weeks. And for those of you that have been potentially watching for a while and don't remember either, or potentially for some new people, I am going to do a very quick recap from the beginning of the campaign up until the present day. So, the Living Territories is a mysterious world torn apart by disastrous events and left in turmoil with bizarre and powerful otherworldly creatures running rampant on the eastern peninsula of the continent. Having woken from death, spared by a mysterious deific creature who calls himself only the Creator, and given the task of saving this world, our adventurers pick themselves up and headed to their destination of Ibra. Finding the town massacred and its keep infested with rats, which threatened to overwhelm them and reduce them to death once again in their injured state. They rescued a young girl and moved on in the direction of the next town. On arriving in the town of Riffigaber, they set about earning gold in order to buy passage further in their quest to reach the capital, clearing caves of goblins and exploring magical vaults where they were joined by another companion in the form of a green-feathered Aarakocran druid who assisted the party in rescuing the town from the influence of a sea hag, winning them favour with the town's sergeant, who arranged for them to gain passage onwards to the mage town of Aniden, where they again delved into the riches of the past. Exploring a long-since-destroyed necromancer's workshop, they faced challenges that none of them were entirely prepared to face, and which tested their normal beliefs and abilities. Eventually, however, they bested these trials and looted the vaults of their magical artifacts, which they were able to trade for coin and further items at a store residing in an interesting tavern in the town. Glitchy, are you rattling?
That's not me.
No, I think that's
Who's
me.
Oh, it's you. Hang on. Sorry. Yes. I just wondered who it was for a second. Quite loud. Where was I? In an interesting tavern in the town. Or perhaps not in the town. Our noble ranger receiving a letter from his father warning him to be careful, shed his name of the noble house, and travelled onwards with the party in subtlety to the capital of the empire, the vast and industrially advanced city of Abomey, where he discovered the reasons for the warning. His family accused of treason and betrayal, he was forced to stand idly by, overwhelmed by insurmountable odds, and watch as they were brutally executed in front of thousands. In a state of shock, they were contacted by a small resistance group in the city that was allied with his family, where he discovered not all of his family was gone. Instead, he found new allies in the sewers of the city who were caring for his sister, this incredibly gifted magical and technological genius. A letter from his father led them to a store of gemstones hidden away, which would assist greatly in their future endeavours. Amidst discussion of purchasing an airship to carry them onwards in their journey to find allies in other lands, they returned to the hideout, where they regrouped, ready to plan a long and arduous uprising against a tyrant emperor, where their Azamar sorcerer took his leave to pursue his own path. Travelling on their newly built airship, alongside some allies, new and old, the party travelled to the land of Yangguo, to the city of Ashan, in hopes of gathering support for their cause. Sent to investigate a nearby keep at the bequest of the council of the city, our adventurers found themselves overwhelmed and bid a hasty retreat, which led to unforeseen consequences as the city came under siege from monstrous creatures and mutated cultists. In the brutal battle against these beings, their Aarakocran druid, Vine, took a heavy hit and fell to his injuries. Licking their wounds, the group partnered with a new ally, a human artificer named Sarman, and eventually liberated the city. Alongside Sarman, they set upon the task of reviving their friend. Travelling to the Feywild, they met a Fey spirit who directed them to an artifact which would reverse Vine back to a living state. Killing an archfey named the Timekeeper in order to enable this process, Zeldisa walked away, unbeknownst to him, carrying a curse. Relaxing briefly and enjoying a local carnival with games and magical drinks with bizarre effects, they had a grave fortune told to them by a mysterious travelling witch who pledged to assist them on future endeavors. Returning to the Resistance, they were informed of towns that were being attacked by strange creatures similar to those the group remembered killing them initially. One such town having a supply of dark silver, a material known for carrying magical energy, that it was to give to the Resistance. Investigating the town near the wall, they discovered it infested with the creatures of corruption, who were supposed to have been sealed and contained by the Imperium. Recovering the ingots of metal and setting about the investigations into how to use it, the party looked into a forge, rumoured to have used the material before to create a powerful weapon. Finding the sheltered town of Alice Aethel, a home for elven folk left behind by the spires at the time of the impact, they investigated the forge ruins and recovered the Sword of Light's Eclipse from the spectres that haunted the area, only to come under attack from the Empire again. Deciding to take the fight to the Imperium, they travelled to a keep in the foothills of Inveria, where a nearby storm raged unendingly. Taking the keep and a prisoner of their own, a mage general named Ivey, with the assistance of the mysterious masked rogue Shadow, they decided that the storm was too powerful to ignore, as it may destroy towns in the nearby area. Meeting new allies along the way in the form of a half-elven wizard Siltrus and the sealed dragon bard Zokus, they were transported to a transitional plane of storms, where they discovered and reformed the Elven Spire of Autumn. Learning that the history they were taught may not be the truth of what had happened some 30 years previous, as well as some new avenues to investigate further, they rested and recuperated, with the advanced healing capabilities of the Spire's magic. However, Seldisa finally found out the nature of the curse he was afflicted with from the Timekeeper, and was now stuck outside of time, unable to use magic to regrow his injured limbs, although he was immune from certain magical effects, and now unaging. Returning home, they set about getting mechanical prostheses for their severely injured ranger, looking into the information they had uncovered, especially for their new companion, Siltrus, who, orphaned as a baby, now found she may have a family after all. Their path onwards uncertain and branching, with the weight of their task looming ahead of them, the party now have to make decisions on their next steps to liberate the realm from an unknown force. Will their decisions lead to salvation or to ruin? So that has everybody caught up. So we kind of joined back in to the campaign, and what I'll do now is I'm going to pull you into the Resistance hideout on your screens. So at the end of last time, the guys had just finished doing some shopping. They just bought some new magic items, and they just put some money back into investing into fixing Seldisa, giving him some new prostheses, which he's at the moment in game time currently going through the surgery for. And they also put money into building a jail, as Fiona had requested that they do that should they want to try to take more prisoners for more intel later on, which is currently being staffed by Zokus and holding Ivey captive. So you've got a few options. I know you guys said you wanted to do a little bit of research. Now, research, as we discussed last time, it gives you spend a week doing it. You can spend money on doing it, which gives you a better chance of finding information, but you have to research a specific topic per week in order to find out information about it. And depending on how well you roll, the more information you get. So if you roll really poorly, you get nothing. If you roll middling, you get a little bit. If you roll really well, you get loads of information about it. So what I'm going to say is you have 2 weeks worth of time now. You've got a week, Seldisa. During these 2 weeks, you can't do anything because you are being operated on and then recovering from that operation. So you're out of the game for 2 weeks, basically. But then after the 2 weeks, you then get the capabilities of having your Magitech prosthesis.
Do we also get 2 weeks worth of
I
actions for the resistance?
You do get 2 weeks worth of actions for the resistance, yes. So
Oh, I
should you
thought that
want to...
be the surgery, wouldn't it?
one of them will be the surgery. So the first week will be the surgery on Celdisa because it requires advanced surgery to do. The second week is free for you to choose.
Okay.
Or you can do the first week, second week, but depending on that. So I would say do the first week as doing Celdisa because the recovery doesn't take too much effort. Blossom can handle your sort of like recovery and physiotherapy in about a week afterwards. That's no problem at all. So you've effectively just got 1 week of actions that you can use. So you can put that into healing using the infirmary. You can use the eyes for something, or you can do something with the workshop.
What can we do with the eyes?
So if you have a look on the sheet, you can send the eyes out to do missions. You can send them to gather intelligence, etc., etc.
Do we have any missions we can send them
then
out on? Or is that
Well,
more specific?
we were
to
thinking
you
of...
guys, really. Do you want them to do something? As with everything in D&D, if you want to do something, tell me what you want to do, and I'll make it happen as best I
So-
can.
What if we had them scout out the area that the storm has been dissipated from? Well, where the storm has been dissipated, because there might be many different creatures coming out of sort of a hibernation type state, like the hill giants that we encountered.
That's true. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Another thing, can I at least speak on this matter?
Of course, you can speak. You can input on this, of course, because they'll probably have like meetings around your bedside. But it's a case of if you wanted to say go out and do research, you couldn't do that. That's what I mean by you've got no actions. You can still speak.
Okay, like I do want to get round to investigating what Declan's been up to.
We could send the eyes out to do that. Is that something we could do, Owen?
Yeah, of course you can. If you want to, so you can. The way the gather intelligence kind of works is you can send the eyes out to gather intelligence on a specific topic. That way, you're probably more likely to find out information about it. So, say if you wanted to send them to investigate what Declan's up to, they will more likely to find information about what he's up to because they've got a specific target in mind. Or if you say you wanted them to go and keep tabs on, like Ollie said, the area of the storm, they'd have a little bit more specific location in mind and what they're looking for. So you're more likely to get options for that. Otherwise, you can just say, we want you to go out and gather as much intelligence as you can get your hands on. Just give them a generic instruction. You're less likely to get useful information from that. You're more likely just to get random bits of information, but that would give you a bonus to your general intelligence or intel stat.
If I could just make another quick note as well. I remember jotting this down in my journal a long time ago as something we heard in a tavern, but something about a spectral highwayman in Oral's Hold. Do you guys remember that? A little bit back in the day. Like early on is one of the whisperings we heard in a tavern. That'd be interesting to like look into as well.
I think you heard it in Rivergaber.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Right at the start of the campaign, yeah.
Mm.
There are
So
another couple of... Sorry.
Go on, Izzy. No, you go on.
I was just going to say, I've got another couple of things written down that we discussed. Potentially looking for dragons to recruit them as allies and maybe to help Zokus out. And finding a new location for the resistance to expand into if we wanted more rooms than the one we've got left. There are a couple more things
you can send the eyes out
to do.
I would say that helpful dragon that we were told about, the one which gave out its gold.
That's not a bad idea. 'Cause I think-
that wasn't a specific dragon. That was just a
Oh, okay.
a type of dragon that
Okay.
is likely to do that. So it wasn't a specific dragon. I was just telling you the dispositions of each type of dragon. Effectively, I think that might have been silver dragons.
Well,
But if you wanted to go out and see if you could find a silver dragon, you could ask the eyes to go and do that.
That might be useful. Have another dragon on our side.
we could ask the item, but also we could ask Zocus if he has any information about locations. It might be a bit of a stretch. But...
Oh, would
I think
Zocus?
you already asked.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
You already asked.
He was quite a solitary
Zocus
dragon.
has been he's been too long detached from dragons. Dragons in general aren't social creatures really anyway. So they don't socialize within their own kind very often. They do it to effectively to mate, and that's about it.
Yeah, the only information I can give,
You'll see dragons together.
the only dragon I know of is as Zocus here is Zocus's brother Daru, who basically fought Zocus in combat. Oh no, actually got him sealed and took over his trove in what was it? Yeah.
In the Phoenix Spire in the desert.
Yes.
So actually, have I put the Phoenix Spire on the map for you guys? I think I've had it on the other campaign.
Expecting
No.
a dragon to know all other dragons is a little bit speciest on my part. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Zocus
So-
is not offended.
If you look at the main map, which I've just taken you across to, in the middle of the desert, there's now a tower.
I mean, that'd be quite fun to go and like attempt like a takedown of Daru.
Yes, but bear in mind, there's presumably a few dragons.
Oh no, there's just one. It's just him, but like it'd be when Zocus is probably strong enough to be like a proper dragon, because he would want to be on that trip.
Yeah. Bear in mind, we were almost killed by a dragon that was stuck to a rock. So
That wasn't a dragon. I'd like to point out.
it
wasn't
was a
actually-
manifestation of lightning.
I
It wasn't even a dragon.
I'm just going through my notes, and I found this. There's a tower in the desert ruled by a half dragon and has several wyverns.
That's
Is
the
that
one. That's the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's the
Spire.
Phoenix.
So Daru has a bunch of wyverns supporting him.
You know this as well.
Ooh.
Zocus knows this. This is why you should take notes.
Yeah.
So
No, I remember
even
making a
if
story.
it's
I don't remember hearing this bit. Yeah, true.
He was a half red dragon. I want to say, but he was a half
Think so.
dragon.
It was because he's half brother, half brass,
Yeah, he's
half.
brother. And he has basically been like employing, for want of a better word, wyverns to assist him in his endeavors, and he does that. He basically, you would know that he goes out and he raids towns and stuff like that with these wyverns.
He's a right
Yeah,
bastard.
Kind of like a bandit lord at this point.
let's leave that till a little bit later, I'd say.
Yeah, Zocus would highly recommend not going after him.
We're stronger.
Well, at least that's one thing we can
I mean,
share in
unless
common.
we want to go recruit some dragons of our own and make our own dragon league.
Well,
I just noticed something that sort of Zocus and Saldissa have in common. A brother who double-crossed them or their family.
To be fair, dragons are quite known for that, I think.
Yeah, the difference being that Zocus is like 500 years old.
Yeah. But
At least he's, what, 25.
I like the idea of investigating like friendly dragons, basically. That
yeah,
might be
once that
that might be just
thunder
support us.
endeavors.
Like
Yeah, you can equally send the eyes out to just go and investigate and try and find dragons to assist you.
because I think
one of the things that you were thinking of was you wanted the eyes to investigate the Dragon Council.
Wait,
possibly, yeah.
I just realised, like, trying to get gold from a dragon, we're literally trying to get investments from Dragon's Den.
Yeah, literally, that's quite funny. Because the thing is,
And allies.
I do like Ash's idea of investigating Declan, but that's basically like just investigating the Empire in general. And I feel like we're not quite ready to really take them on. Maybe we probably want a bit more strength in them, anyways. Whereas maybe finding that strength through dragons might be potential alternative before going after Declan and then the rest of the Empire. What do you guys think about that?
I would say
It could be an option.
So because I do remember, I do remember you guys discussing a couple of things that I think you might have forgotten. You were talking about because your main aim was to try and find out where the Emperor was getting his power from, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
And from the Elven Spire, you found out that the only people that would know, or the people that were most likely to know, would probably be the Dragon Council. But nobody knows where they are, where they went. So I think one of the big things you were looking at in terms of the dragons was finding out where the Dragon Council went, so that you could find out more about the power that the Emperor has managed to gain.
well,
There are also other ways of finding that out. You can just look for, say, for example, if you wanted the eyes to go and investigate for a really old library that could have the knowledge that you wanted, etc., etc. That could be an option for you as well. Loads of different things.
I don't suppose we could like hit almost all corners of it, like almost have them generally just looking out for dragons that can help, of course, be that the information leading to that, but like say in a library, be that dragons themselves, be that silver dragons.
So if you have to, in order to get specific information, you have to send them out with a specific task. So if you want them to go out and investigate and try and find dragons, you need to send them to go and find dragons. If you want them to go and find a library that could have the information that you're looking for, you have to send them to go and look for a library that could have the information you're looking for.
I would say
If you want to send them to go and like generally find information, that doesn't give you specific information. That just ups your intel score.
That's fair enough. So
I would say find a library of the information, because then we might be able to find the friendlier dragons and the Dragon Council at once. Because if there's some
Possibly.
sort of draconic library out there, we would be able to
trouble is though as well.
find out where they are.
I think the trouble with that would be Tex will probably have to give us information on the elder dragons, but I don't know. It's if no one knows, is there likely to be text about it? I don't know.
Potentially, it depends on how old the library is, really, doesn't it? If you
Yeah.
wanted to say, like, find an ancient library, or rumors of an ancient library, etc., etc., that might be more beneficial than trying to look for a library that's currently known about.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, nobody knows about this.
See, I think I mean
So
it.
you're probably not looking for a current library. You're probably looking for an ancient.
Yeah,
lost
true.
library.
Yeah, ancient
I'm
draconic
just-
library.
I'm thinking. I'm happy either way. Like, I'm more in like a coin flip scenario myself. Like I could quite easily go either way if we want to find actual dragons. I think the only thing is if we find an actual dragon that could help us and fund us and potentially fight with us, that could be particularly powerful immediately. Whereas it'd be a couple of ventures in a row to find, or maybe even more, to find information about the elder dragons, and from there. So I know it's a bit of a balance.
What are we going to even do when we find the elder dragons? It's not like they're going to want to speak to a Aarakocra dwarf, a human, and a half elf. Oh wait, half elf, full elf. I think so.
Yeah, I'm a half elf.
Yeah, half elf.
And a human.
Because and I was thinking we could bring Zokus to say like, oh, we're friends to dragons, but then they'll think we sealed him away to begin with.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I would say find the dragon investor.
Find money.
I do
Yeah.
like the idea of that, like having a and
Your task at the moment is get us money.
yeah. And perhaps if we find a dragon, dragons might have information, and thus
Equally, you could find information from other dragons. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I mean. It could probably go either way. It could be we go to a library and find information about maybe not just the Elder Council, but dragon investors. Just like we could go to a dragon investor who says, "Oh, you know what? I actually know of this library. or if this or of this rumor or like thing to chase. I feel like it could go either way.
I would say go
Yeah.
straight to the. I would say research. Well, have the ice tramp find the dragon investor.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And
I'd
so-
agree.
maybe like. Okay.
No, sorry, Ashley, what were you gonna say? It's important.
Go on, Ashley. Go on, Ashley.
Maybe like sort of one of the missions after that sort of could potentially be investigating Declan.
Yeah.
Remember, these missions kind of take a week at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Okay.
we
And
can
now that
actually
you've
do
got
both.
Filtress with sending, you can send a message back to the resistant and say, "This week we want you to do this."
Yeah.
So,
So
are
we could
we?
actually do both.
Remember,
things.
the missions do cost money, though. So, if you want to send them to go and look for a dragon,
A dragon
search
from
for
Paddy.
rumors and investigate a dragon, it will cost you 500 gold to do that for the week.
It's not too
I'll happily
Wait,
slot in
how much
100
gold do we have in the
myself.
pot?
It's not a massive amount. That's just kind of supplies, basically. It's not a huge amount of money. More complicated missions that require specific things might cost more, but because you're just sending them out to go and gather intelligence, it's relatively cheap. So it's 500 gold for a week of investigations.
Okay then.
Do also remember that you do get a low level of like rumor gathering as well. So
Should we take it?
you
straight?
could just get a new mission or
Is everyone else losing Owen?
Hello?
a new objective.
You're
Just
cutting.
generally, you might not have to. Fiona might just come to you and say,
I think he's
found...
back now.
So, if you are sending them, am I cutting out for everyone else?
Yeah, you're cutting
Yeah,
out.
you were cutting out for a bit.
This happened yesterday while I was on a call with some of my friends.
Yeah. I think
Do we think it's good?
my
Yeah,
vote would be
Discord.
to find a helpful dragon, basically.
My connection seems
Uh,
okay, but I think it might be Discord.
So should we take it from the pot or should we?
I'm happy to lay down 125 myself, because I think that would be
Oh,
the even split if you do it divided by
It's
4.
mostly 'cause- yeah, I'm a druid and for some reason I'm always poor. I've got 3 gold and 74 copper.
I've
mean,
got I've got nearly 300 gold, so I can slot in 100.
Yeah.
Are we not wanting to use the communal pot then?
I
I
mean,
thought
I-
that was for resistant stuff.
I mean, I feel like my money's just been waiting here, not really doing much. And if it's only
I
500,
mean, I use mine
Yeah.
like as spell components. So.
I will.
Oh yeah, we need to resurrect Marshmallow.
That's already happened. I used one of the 10 things.
I'm not doing that here. When you go somewhere, Marshmallow will be there.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
knock,
I just remembered.
Marshmallow will be there
I'm knocking 100 out of my pot of money.
I'll
wherever you
I'll
go.
You
I
taking
also-
100 out as well, Ashley?
I also
I
think
heard you
Vine,
want
I-
Izzy's,
I-
then heard you want yours.
I also think Vine would be doing small experiments with Marshmallow, like feeding it worms to see if they just like go through the digestive tract normally, if it's a familiar.
No, they don't. It's a familiar. It's a magical spirit creature.
Yeah. I know.
not
It's
the
just,
same.
it's just Vine would be doing the experiments with like worms and stuff.
Is anyone else?
Are you sure that
I mean, you can feed it to it, and it kind of looks like it's eating it, but
Yeah.
Is anyone else contributing to this cost before we dip into the
Okay.
pot?
I'm off on
Uh,
message. We've got 100 from Ragnar.
I can put in
100
I've
for
literally-
me?
I've
I'll
literally
put in
got
100 too.
Don't worry,
3
Vine.
gold and 74 copper. I
300 gold.
could put my
Oops,
copper.
I added it rather than took it away. 1 minute.
Don't worry, Vine. I think it's
I'm
okay.
gonna say no, you can't, because I'm not worrying about 3 goals. That's just too complicated.
Keep your cash for
you've got
Marshmallow.
300 gold. You need 200 more. Where are you getting this 200 gold?
Do that from the
pot.
pot, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
200 from the pot, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. So you spend the second week while Seldisa is recovering. You spend the second week sending the is out to do this mission.
I also want to be trailing the pubs.
So now that we figured out what the resistance is doing for 2 weeks, what do you guys want to do for 2 weeks?
I want to be
whilst we're
listening for
waiting this all
rumours
to happen?
in the pubs. Because I'm not much of a researcher, Ragnar. He'll just be sort of having a few drinks here and there, not getting drunk, just listening out. So I'll probably put down some money for the drinks I'm going to be buying or whatever.
Okay.
I'm in the midst of
look up
surgery
what
and physical
comfortable
therapy.
lifestyle will cost. You don't do anything, yeah.
So the second week, is it
Squish,
defending
just
the
look
eyes
up,
out?
Lifestyle cost, yeah?
Yeah, that's happening in the background, don't worry. Yeah, comfortable, I'd say. Comfortable lifestyle costs, and spend that per week.
I'm just wondering if any of us do research, will it help the eyes when they go out to find dragons? They give them advantage.
You can research the same thing. No, you would do your own checks. You would do completely separate checks.
Can I? Is there any point trying to do research into the Dragon Council then?
You can. You can do that if you want.
Might do that then.
Right. You can do that, yeah. Anyone can do that. That's not a problem. So you can do that. I sent you a little text document a little while ago about downtime activities. So any of you can do what's on that document. You can basically just do that for a week.
So I might be able to make us like 4 to 6 potions if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, you can make a few potions if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Do we need any? Oh, did we
Also,
distribute potions
wait,
in the end?
We can always store them if we don't need them right now. We will need them.
How many potions did we buy?
yeah,
by the way? I don't think we distributed
You
them.
bought them and put them in. You did.
I need to buy a herbalism kit.
I don't have any potions on me, so I don't think we distribute them yet.
Yeah.
Is it likely that we would Did anyone write it down? Did anyone store it so we could?
Oh no, I made some notes earlier.
Okay.
Oh, also, could I buy a herbalism kit? Just wait. Surprisingly, I don't have enough gold.
Look at what the herbalism kit costs on DnD.
It's 5 gold, I think, isn't
Yeah.
it? I'll send you
5
2
gold.
golds.
Oh, thank you.
You can, you can just go out and buy one for 5 gold. Yeah, easy.
Okay.
I'm taking
So
2
that's
gold off me.
that's
Yeah,
the
I'll add-
potions
I'll
we
add-
That's
bought.
quite
I'll add
funny.
that and-
8 standard, 2 greater. Mind if I take a greater?
Yeah, fine. You're the one who needs it most, generally.
So who takes the other greater?
Who's got the most health? I think Vine, you took the. Oh, you didn't
I
take
got
the.
39.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm 38.
I'm not sure like what it means, but it says proficiency of this kit is also required to create antitoxin and any potion of healing. But
don't
it
you
doesn't
have
say
it?
how long it takes to make it. Yeah, I've got it now,
Oh,
but
right.
I'm not sure how long
should
it
tell-
takes to
should-
make.
It should tell you how long.
It says this kit contains a variety of instruments such as
Someone keeps
clippers, mortar, and
rustling
pestle,
something.
and pouches and vials used by
No, it
herbalists.
doesn't say
to create
on the
remedies.
kit. It,
Oh,
it
okay.
says in the downtime.
Oh, okay.
Someone
in the
keeps
document
rustling, I
sent about
think.
downtime activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, I think he's playing with his dice.
Sorry about that.
So, Vine is the second most health, is that right?
I think he does. I think he's got like 40 something.
Vine? Hey, Ollie?
Yeah, wait. I'll have a look.
I'll tell you now. Whilst he's looking at the document.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What potions does everyone have at the moment already, as well?
I've got one regular healing potion,
So actually, Seldisa does have the second most. 39.
Okay. I'd probably say Ashley take a greater.
Okay, so potion of healings take a day to make, like regular potion of healings, and they cost 25 gold. Do you think
Yeah,
that's
so
worth
that's
it?
spending a full day doing that,
Yeah.
which you can't do. So that I would say a potion, if you're just doing it as downtime, it'll take 2 days. 2 days of work, effectively.
Okay.
Because the other ones say like a work week later on.
Yeah, greater is 1 work week.
Yeah, so it's like 2 days worth of work around sleeping and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say about that.
Did we have
So
any?
you can make like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Did we have any objections to Ashley getting a greater? Because if he's got the second hit most.
Yeah. Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
I wasn't even. Don't think I was even hit in our last encounter.
Yeah. Ollie, how many potions have you got?
I'll have a quick look. Don't think I have any. But that's okay. I think I used my last. Wait, no, I don't think I had any last encounter, or I was just hit and used it.
I think you use yours on other people. Because I think so long as everyone's got
yeah,
like at least a couple.
I mean,
normal.
I could actually make the healing potions. If
I know, but
when-
we've already got some right now. We're just
Yeah.
divvying them out first before we make any. So
Just out quick, then you can figure out what you're doing for the next couple of weeks.
yeah. So
There's the reason.
I'd probably say everyone should have about 2 normal healing potions, so that we can easily like, pick someone up or do a
Yeah.
quick healing. So I'd say Ashley needs 1 more to have 2 standards. I'd need to take 2. Izzy needs to take 2. Ollie would need to take 2, and that'd leave us 1 remaining.
And I think the remaining one should go to you because you are the frontliner.
If that's okay, if everyone agrees with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Does Zokus have any on him?
No, he doesn't.
Okie dokie.
I'm just going to separate Zokus now. So whatever Zokus
Okay.
has got, Zokus is. We're just
Yeah.
have the 4 of you able to share between you, because otherwise things are going to start getting complicated.
Alright.
Because I'm pretty sure Sarmon's probably got potions still, but I'm just kind of putting they're out of commission. They're Sarmon's.
Yeah.
That's it.
He probably
So-
used them on his last mission anyway. So.
He probably did use them on his last mission, I would have thought as well. Yeah.
Did we want to grab
Um,
some
so
healing
you-
kits as
you put it
well?
out.
Just in case we want to stabilize people, because I think those were very useful, and I kind of miss having them.
You can buy healing kits if you want.
If everyone takes 1 healing kit each, that way we can, if we're out of potions, at least just stabilize someone. Any objections?
Oh, I thought you could do that with a medicine check. What is a medicine check?
Well, you can, but that's a roll-based.
I have advantage
Yeah.
on +4, I think. Proficiency.
But still, it's an inexpensive kit which guarantees a stabilization.
Okay.
Yeah, a healer's kit will you just spend the use of it and it automatically stabilizes somebody. With a medicine check, you need to roll well enough to stabilize them effectively.
Yeah, I think that if someone's down after a battle, we should try the medicine check, and if it doesn't work, use a healer's kit. That makes amount of sense, I guess.
I'd agree. How much are they?
I will tell you. I'm just trying to find it.
I see it says 5 gold on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I think it's 5 gold then. Yeah.
I'll
So
spot
each one
mine.
costs 5 gold, and it has 10 uses.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's useful as hell.
Yeah, so it costs 5
Yeah.
gold and has 10 uses. Healer's kit are very, very useful, but the problem is it stabilizes somebody unconscious. To get them back up again, you would have to obviously restore hit points to them,
I mean,
which you
that
can't do with a healer's kit.
would be very useful in the heat of battle, so that afterwards we could give them a healing potion, or I could use a healing spell.
Yeah, it means that you could just stabilize somebody and not worry about them dying immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll say is Ragnar can do that as part of his action for 1 week. He can go out and do all the shopping. Thank you, Alpha Kenny, for the follow.
I was gonna spot Vine for it since he's not got a lot of cash.
Well, that's fine. What we'll say is, if you take the money off, you can just go out and buy it and give it to Vine later. That's fine. So Vine, add a healer's kit. Ragnar, take 5 gold off. So I'll do that as part of your sort of like going out and keeping an ear to the ground and having some drinks all over the place. You go out and do all the shopping as well. So we'll have that for like one as part of your action for the 2 weeks. Does that just make sense?
So do I add one then? And take off 5 gold?
If you want to buy one, you take off 5 gold and add a healer's kit, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who wants a healer's kit, spend 5 gold and buy a healer's kit and add a healer's kit, basically. And because Ragnar is spending the money on Vine, Vine can just add one without spending the money. Because Ragnar's spending for him.
I'm gonna buy a healer's kit.
So you can send Ragnar out to go and buy you a healer's kit as well, because you can get other people to go and do that stuff for you whilst you're undergoing your surgery.
Trying to think of anything.
So is there any other? So that's Ragnar done. That's Seldisa done. So Vine and Siltris, what are you doing for these 2 weeks?
Okay.
So I'm gonna research.
What would you like to research? Remember, you need to give me a specific topic to research.
Dragon Council. I assume I've done lots of other research on dragons, but I've only just found out about this council, so...
Do you want to research information about the Dragon Council? That's 1 week. Would you like to do something for the second
I've
week?
got 2 weeks, haven't I?
You've got 2 weeks.
Can I see what the outcome is first?
Yeah, you can do that. So, to research, it is an intelligence check with a +1 bonus per 100 gold that you spend. So it costs 100 gold to do this research. So you need to spend 100 gold. Then you can add 100 gold to give yourself an additional +1 for every 100 gold that you spend to a maximum of 6.
I'm just looking at the research on downtime activities. It says here 50 gold and then 100 for each +1. Are you doing it different?
Yeah, I think that one's slightly wrong. If you look at the, if you Google it, it's Unearthed Arcana downtime, which is slightly different. So, basically, so research requires 1 work week of work and at least 100 gold spent on materials, bribes, gifts, and other expenses. Typically, a character needs access to a library or sage to conduct this research. You're in a big city, you've got access to a library, that's not a problem. The character declares the focus of the research, a specific person, place, or thing, or topic. After the work week of research, a character makes an intelligence check with a +1 bonus per 100 gold spent beyond the initial 100 gold, to a maximum of a +6.
I mean,
I'm just gonna do it straight, so just 100 gold, I think.
Yeah.
Just a standard 100 gold.
Surely your intelligence is high enough where you don't really need that.
It's +3, but it could go wrong. But that's why I've got the second week, I guess.
Is there anything I need to roll for my listening out in the taverns?
No, I'll come back to you in a minute because you don't really hear any too much useful information, but I will give you some little rumors here and there. So I'll come back to you a little bit later. I want to get through the specific information first. So you're researching the Dragon Council. What I need you to do now then is I need you to make me an intelligence check. Just a standard intelligence check, no advantage or disadvantage, because you don't have a particularly well-stocked library or a knowledgeable sage.
So I just roll a d20 and then add my proficiency?
D20 with your intelligence modifier.
Can I just roll my d20? my dice one.
Of course you can. You can roll your
Okay.
your
Let's hope it
intelligence
doesn't let me down first time.
Well, fingers crossed.
Right. 12. So then +3, 15. It's not terrible.
15. It's not bad. You learn 2 pieces of useful lore for that.
Okay, cool.
Which is quite good.
Alright.
You found out you know a little bit about the Dragon Council already from what you've been told by the elves. They're this powerful, kind of very powerful dragons, and the information that you would find out in addition to this is kind of rumor and folklore, because you don't know a huge amount. Like, people have forgotten about the Dragon Council. It's not well documented, so it's kind of rumors and folklore, which is generally accepted rumors and folklore as history. So it's not like verified or anything like that.
Okay.
It is rumored to be presided over by the 3 dragon deities. So there is the overall dragon deity, whose name is Io. There is the god of metallic dragons, which is Bahamut, the platinum dragon. And then there is the queen of the chromatic dragons, the 5-headed dragon Tiamat.
Okay.
And those are the 3 dragon gods.
Why isn't
3
Io
dragon
on
deities.
the
Honestly, after 2 heads, it just becomes a bit of a burden.
Yeah, a little bit. So the Bahamut is the good dragon. He is the deity of metallics, whereas Tiamat is the deity of chromatics. Io is definitely not on the sheet.
Yeah.
That is information that you have found out separately.
Oh, okay.
So you have heard of Bahamut and you have heard of Tiamat before. Io is new information to you. Io is basically the father of all dragons.
Okay.
Owen,
Yes.
looking at my journal, I remember I've got a couple feral sprite corpses. I can't remember where I got them from. I think remember you telling me I could sell them for parts to an alchemist or something. I can't remember.
Oh, I said you could potentially sell them. You can have, I'll say you can have 10 gold for each one.
Sweet, I'll take that.
You had a couple of them, so you can have 20 gold. Make it simple.
Is Io spelled I-O? Literally like that.
Yeah, literally Io.
Are they metallic or chromatic? Do we know?
Neither.
Oh, okay.
The information you will find out about them, they are the father of all dragons. They are the true dragon. So they are neither and both, effectively. They are this great ethereal dragon being, effectively.
Okay.
And they preside over every dragon. But that's not the extent of the Dragon Council. There's a little bit more information I'm going to give you for your first piece. There are also 5 other dragons that preside with the Dragon Council. Those are just the 3 top dogs.
Mhm. Is that? Oh, are you not going to tell me who they are, or are you just going to say that?
I'm not going to tell you who they are.
Oh
because
no!
It doesn't say. The names are long since lost.
Oh, okay.
The second piece of knowledge: the Dragon Council did not meet on the material plane. Apart from that, you cannot get any other information.
Is that the Fey Wilds then? Must be.
There's other planes.
Doesn't
Are
say. It doesn't say if it's the Feywild, Shadowfell, Arborea, Mechanis. Doesn't say. They don't meet on the material realm.
Oh
That's
my
the only
goodness.
information they have.
Okay.
Probably, we could go and talk to Honey about it, because she has a lot of. She presumably has information about different planes, considering her tavern is in one.
She also knows a lot of stories.
So her tavern is in a demi-plane, which is kind of a pocket dimension. It's not its own separate plane. It's a pocket dimension.
I mean,
But
she
you
also-
could go and
yeah.
ask her.
Also, she has heard a lot of stories, so
She does
probably
actually. She has heard a lot of
about
stories, yeah.
the Dragon Council.
Maybe
If-
that could be an option for you. So that's your first week, Izzy.
Yeah. If I was to research the same thing, do I get different information, or does it get harder with each week I research the same thing?
It would be harder, and you're less likely to get useful information because you could
I
just get
assume, like,
repeated. You
yeah.
could just find the same thing again.
What if I went to a different library in the future? Would it then reset to like? the normal difficulty. No.
No, because you'll have the same information just told slightly differently.
Okay.
Because this is not like lore that's written specifically. This is lore that you've gathered from reading poems and stories. It's Siltrus piecing this information together from vague information.
Okay. So with other research, it might be different depending on the library.
No, you'll still get the same information. You'll have figured it out from different sources.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense? So,
I might
in this library, you may have found a book of poems that told you this information, whereas in another library, it could be written down specifically as this is what's happened.
Right.
It could be fiction as opposed, non-fiction as opposed to poetry.
Okay.
Go on, Ashley.
What was the reaction? Like, I know that we brought someone from the Feywilds to the Resistance. What's been going on with that? Just curious.
You never brought anyone from the Feywild.
I thought we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone was coming with us.
What's
Yeah.
her name? The elf.
Yeah, the elf.
Oh, what you mean from the Elven Spire?
Yes.
Oh, Theric. Yeah, no, he's just been effectively just chilling and gathering information, sharing information with Fiona. That's happening background.
Okay.
He's an NPC now.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, he's in the Resistance. He's sat down at the table. You can see he's got a token now. He had a token last time, but okay. So that's your first week. I'll go to Vine. Vine, what are you doing for your first week of downtime stuff?
I can't think of anything too I could do. I might just do odd jobs sort of around the place.
Yeah, you can just help out with
a-
some odd jobs
yeah.
here and there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can spend a week doing that. That's not a problem. And in that case, we'll come back. So you're going to spend both weeks doing that and just killing time whilst we wait for Eldisa to get healed. Okay, fine.
Just like
Then,
stuff.
Izzy, what would you like to do for your second week then?
Sorry about the noise.
presume
I was
research
just
again.
getting a parcel. Sorry, made eye contact with the delivery man. Really threw me off.
Presume you
Right.
want to do research again.
Yes, I'm thinking. Can I do it on Emperor Nox now, or is there not going to be much information because he's only been around for like 30 years?
You can certainly try.
It might be all propaganda as well.
You can certainly try.
Go on, I'll do that. I'm not going to spend any extra money as well. Just another 100.
Another 100. Okay. So it costs you another 100. Make another intelligence check with disadvantage, please.
Oh no! I didn't know that.
I wasn't going to tell you that, was I?
Okay. Come on, dice. Be good to me. 16!
Roll it
oh
again.
no, that's one of them. Oh no!
Disadvantage.
No!
Natural one.
What'd you get?
Yeah! I got that one!
You
forget everything.
You don't learn anything.
It's
You don't
technically
learn anything
4.
other than what you know. Yeah, I know. It's still no effect.
Oh!
Five is no effect, I'm afraid.
God
Yeah.
All you
damn.
get is useless propaganda.
Yeah.
Effectively, yeah.
Limericks.
The only information that you can find is that which you already know.
Ah.
Bye bye, Hundo.
Yeah. Oh well.
So, that's 2 weeks gone by now. So that's a week of healing Zeldisa and a week of Zeldisa recovering.
What do the eyes
So-
find for us?
I will generate both Vine and Ragnar some rumors later, and I'll send those through to you a bit later. I don't have specific rumors for you at the minute, but
Do you
they're
have
just going to
anything
be
from
kind of like generic rumors.
Anything from the eyes?
That's what I'm getting to.
Hmm.
Once Zeldisa has recovered, but before I go to what's happened with the eyes, I need to describe what's happened to Zeldisa. So,
Easy Peggy the pirate
after a
no
couple
longer.
of weeks, Zeldisa emerges from the infirmary where the Blossom, the medics, and Malaya have all been assisting and working on him, helping him to recover. Obviously changed. His arm and leg are now replaced with a sleek black metallic prosthetic arm and leg. Very sort of steampunk mechanical prosthesis, but engraved with gorgeous like runic markings and flowing symbols. His arm, the forearm, on the back of the forearm has 2 metal plates with a gap running down the center, and you can see inside is a long, slender-looking black blade, very similar to that of the material of the Sword of Light's Eclipse. The leg, whilst only Seldisa's foot was damaged, his leg is now almost entirely gone, replaced by this sleek black metal. And in the upper thigh, not upper thigh, the lower thigh, nearing his knee, you see 3 crystals glowing with magical energy that are poking out. But again, it is made up of this connecting and interlocking plated armor with these intricate sort of like runic markings involved. And you see now Seldisa is now walking with his same grace, his same sort of athleticism as he was before he got injured. He has a full dexterity of motion with his hand, and I'm presuming you would probably share the features of the hand with the others, Seldisa?
Yeah. Yes, I would. Like,
You
so
see
I
him-
basically
Go on, you describe it.
sort of like I show off the sort of new arm, and like I close my fist, and the blade pops out.
So yes, you see, as he flexes and clenches his fist closed, you see this maybe 1.5 foot long rapier blade just out of his fist. And
Well,
then as he
hopefully you don't
flexes
lose
it,
that anytime soon.
it's back. So Ashley now has the Magitech prosthetic arm and Magitech prosthetic leg. He knows what they do. He's been briefed. He's got them on his character sheet. He's attuned to them. So as he sort of emerges, you were all sort of like gathered around him, checking out what he can do, etc., looking him over, and so on and so forth. Fiona emerges from the sort of like the meeting room, and wishes Seldisa sort of like congratulations for surviving it through the ordeal of having his prosthesis attached, etc., wishes him well, so on and so forth. But then beckons you all in, saying, "The eyes have returned with some information for you, and we have found problematic. Fucking hell. We have found some interesting events that I would like to discuss with you all and see what you would like to do further." And she beckons you into the meeting room. You all going in, yeah, I presume? Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, fuck off, Squishy. I'm gonna mute you in a second. Stop it with the shitty puns. That's my job.
I couldn't help it.
So Shadow is there. I know you couldn't help it. Stop it. So Shadow is there, Theric is there, and they're all gathered. Fiona kind of is holding, like, she has 2 separate bits in her hands, 2 separate like pieces of paper, effectively pieces of parchment. We have found through our investigations multiple different things for you all. You sent Shadow's eyes out to investigate, looking for a dragon. We have not yet managed to find a dragon itself. However, I know that you were looking for information on how to find them, or potentially where one might be. We have heard rumors of a dragon-like being in an area around a town in Skierhofen, in Swordhofen. That's called Naurstad.
Wait, Schorhofen.
bring it
That's... Is that where I think it
I'll show you
is?
That's the icy one, yeah.
Oh, with our good boy, right?
We
Our
do
main
good boy,
lad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Interesting.
Ragnar's like wet fucking dream. Ragnar's idol that he hasn't met yet.
They're just gonna have like a
So
bro
Naustad
moment.
is, yeah, like this. If any two people were like each other, it would be Ragnar and Ingvar. Those two would be best friends, and best friends in the fact that they would probably just hit each other as hard as possible.
Like just constantly headbutting, like ah!
Yes, exactly. Yes. Exactly. Naustad, you can see it. It's by that lake in Sorhofen, in the sort of like the southeast of Sorhofen. We have heard rumors that there is like I say, a dragon-like creature that is inhabiting the area near Naustad. It seems to be surrounding what is rumored to have been an ancient library. As I know that you were looking for extended information from a long ages past, this might well be something for you to investigate. Naustad is not a particularly large town, but it does. There is legends of this library in the area that was inhabited by a very powerful wizard who had distinct connections with the dragons. So you might find the information you're looking for there. Otherwise, we also have slightly more disturbing news closer to home. Sarman has been investigating some reports in sort of like the nearby area to Abermay, in a town called Kirkcaldy, in sort of northwest of here. Let me pop it up for you.
Probably say if it's trouble, it'd be better to focus.
Okay. Kirkcaldy there. There seems to have been very much reports of the town being attacked and raided by what seem to be undead beings, but they're not normal undead. They are strange, bizarre. There doesn't seem to be any particular damage so far, just sightings in the local area. Other than that, Sarman couldn't find any other information.
What makes them so bizarre?
From the reports that we've had, these beings, these undead, are warped, mutated. Instead of normal undead being humanoid entirely in form, these have other aspects to them, more monstrous aspects to them. Things like hard outer carapaces, tentacles instead of arms.
Did you say tentacles?
Do you think this could
Yeah.
be the cultist?
This reminds me of Yang Guo,
Oh,
of Ashan.
yes.
Was there any talk of a brotherhood? What was it? The not dark brotherhood.
No,
Yeah.
To remind you,
Yeah, I can't remember the exact name.
Brotherhood of Nightmares.
The Brotherhood of Nightmares. Because that sounds very much like the territory.
Not as far as Sarman could find. He did go and did feel an intense magical presence. He did feel an intense necromantic energy in the area. If you do want to investigate that one, your best option would be to travel to Aberdaron and travel south from there along the road.
Yeah.
Put Aberdaron.
Do you think Aberdaron might have any more information on this? Being closer?
I doubt it. They're quite a distance apart.
Fair enough.
They're a few, maybe 50 miles or so.
Question is, we've had quite a few run-ins with the undead, and I don't think any of them have been particularly pleasant. But I think it'd be almost wrong of us to chase after rumors of dragons where there's a problem so close to home. So I'm stuck in what I'm thinking.
We can potentially send troops out to Kirkcaldy to investigate if you do want to go to Naustad to investigate the rumors of this library. However, how successful they would be, I cannot say.
That's fair enough.
It it might be safer for you to investigate yourselves.
How strong do you
the more
think we
powerful.
are, just generally, at the moment?
You are certainly the most powerful group that we have within the resistance. The troops
I
that
mean
we have.
resistance themselves, like how strong would they fare? Like just generally
We
in
are
a fight.
far below that of the Empire.
Hmm.
We need a lot more investment in our skills and military strength. We have allies, but most of those allies are incapacitated currently, suffered their own losses. They will take time to provide us the military strength that we need. I know you have secured an alliance with Ashan and the town Alice Athel. And of course, the Autumn Spire, Theric has been giving us updated information on their events, but the Autumn Spire is trapped in the Feywild. Alice Athel is just come out of an attack from the Empire and is not a particularly large place to begin with, by the sounds of it. And Ashan is still rebuilding after the events that you yourselves witnessed and were party to. So we are significantly outnumbered by the Imperium.
I would say that Dragonlight being can wait a little bit longer. We have to.
I think so, yeah.
Because if it's the Brotherhood of Nightmares again, it'll take maybe even just days before they get back to their full strength. And
Yeah, exactly. We know how quickly that shit hit the fan. Well, actually, no, you can't say shit hit the fan. Like, what would be the what would be the D&D version of that? Is it?
Well, you can, because remember, there's mechanical things. So
True.
there are fans in this D&D world. So
Right,
you can
okay.
say shit. So Ragnar could say shit hit the fan. He probably doesn't understand what it means.
I don't really know what it means, but I think the shit might hit the fan if we well,
I think you know what the phrase means, but I don't think you actually fully understand what like shit hitting the fan means.
Yeah.
Can I explain to Ragnar what a fan is?
You can do that. We'll assume that you do that kind of.
Can I roll to see if I understand it?
Roll me an intelligence check. Yeah.
to see if Ragnar knows what a fan is and what happens when shit hits it.
Average. I was hoping it'd be lower.
It's a little bit. It still confuses you a little bit, but you get the general understanding. You get the gist of it.
I love this.
You still don't quite. You don't understand how a fan works, but you understand what would happen if shit hit the fan.
Ah, big bloody mess.
Can I go into more detail in explaining on how, we use power to sort of turn gears, which in turn turns the fan mechanism.
Ragnar just shakes his head in confusion.
You can try, but Ragnar just gets more and more confused.
So, where does shit get in the fan? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we go kill some Brotherhood?
Let's just focus on the mission.
Yeah, let's get back on subject.
Is there anything we can ask the Resistance to do while we're away? Because I'm sure it'll probably take us a couple of weeks to get there.
This is now the start of a new week. So if you want to now send the eyes away to go and do something again, or if you want to...
Can we recruit troops, by any chance? As an action?
Yes, you can do that. That's part of the... That's one of the things that you can do as part of the Resistance's options. So again, it's all in the Resistance document that you've got. You can send the eyes out to effectively go and spend money and time to recruit more people to the Resistance, and that would up your military strength.
Can we just generally give them a list of things to default to of while we're away?
I've got the sending spell, so we can let them know from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is each one of those options costs money.
Of course.
They don't really have their own funding, which means you need to funnel funds into them, which means you kind of need to either leave them with a bulk amount of money.
That's what I was thinking.
This is for you to spend, or you need to actually be there to give them that money.
Do you know, I think if we just give them a bulk, how much we got left in the pot? We could probably give them $5,000 or something, and just say, use this to spend on what you think would be best to strengthen while we're away?
We
You
can.
Could-
still need to give them specific orders, but you can just leave them with a certain amount of money.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking like if we give him like
I also want.
Go
I
on.
also want to source. I want to also send the eyes out on a mission just to see what Declan's been up to.
Yeah, you can do that.
yeah.
Also,
If you want to.
would we know like just regularly what undead are weak to?
You
I think it's
can
radiant.
all roll me. Yeah, you can all roll me an intelligence check very quickly, but you can do it with advantage. Because you have encountered undead before. Just want to see.
Oh,
And then
also,
tell me what you
and that, also, do you like my new dice? It's got a nice flower on it.
I did see the new dice. Yeah, you got the new flower dice.
Okay,
reckon-
so I rolled 10 and 13, so
Yeah,
that's 16.
Yeah,
16.
I got 24, so
24. Yeah, no, I think with Vine's 24. Vine, yes.
Yeah.
Undead are ordinarily weak to radiant damage.
Do we want to take
oh, that's fine. My moonbeam is radiant damage.
do we have another spellcaster we could take as our NPC? I might be able to
So you
do
can
stuff.
take an NPC with you, or you can just go on your own. You don't
Yeah.
have to go with an NPC all the time.
True.
I would say possibly leave it because Hydra would be okay with giving us Bardic Inspiration, and oh wait, no.
But then remember, you're not taking the airship to
Yeah.
Kirkcaldy. You have to leave the airship
Yeah.
in Abaddon.
Exactly.
I
Which
think-
means that your normal airship crew should really stay with your airship. So Malaya should stay with the airship. Genlin should stay. Hydra should stay, and Nefer should stay, ideally, because you're already losing like 3 of your officers just by you guys going.
I really just think now we should just.
we should probably
go
find
down
some
there
replacement officers for them, shouldn't we?
because my moonbeam would. be
Should
able
I
to
take
deal with
5,000 off the
lot.
communal pot then?
I'd say so. Just like some
Yeah, so
money for the resistance.
so the resistance now has 5,000 gold with them.
Wonderful. So they now have 5,000
Awesome.
gold for them to spend on the stuff that you are sending them off to do.
So, is Ashley are you gonna keep tracking that so that we know how much they've spent of it and stuff?
I'll track
Okay.
what the resistance has got because I've got the resistance stats here.
I think we should
That's
also
sweet.
make sure to not ignore our airship crew because I feel like we've been using them as a vessel, but I don't think we've been necessarily.
You haven't really been properly like interacting.
Yeah, exactly. I think we could possibly lose members if we don't have like, especially if we've got 3 of the officers like out. We should probably see if there's anyone maybe amongst the ranks already that might be willing to step up, or potentially find someone else to recruit. Because if we're usually out for weeks and days at a time.
You can.
We are paying them though.
That's true, but we
You
don't
are
have
paying-
like a head chef. We don't have a head quartermaster. We don't have the captain there. Is that right?
Yeah, so you are the chef, the quartermaster, and the captain. Yeah. So obviously Hydra is your first mate.
Hmm.
Would they
They
really
kind
need
of
a
the
captain
idea
and a quartermaster when they're not moving though? Maybe a chef, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quartermaster is useful to have because they handle supplies, but equally the first mate could do that in the quartermaster's absence.
Yeah.
Um,
But he's also looking after the captain's job basically as well.
yes. Well, no, the captain's job is obviously a lot lessened when the airship is in port.
That's true. Maybe a replacement chef then, because we want the crew to be happy and well fed.
And remember that the chef's job isn't that like the crew can survive on food because they'd obviously be going out and buying
Of course.
food whilst it's in port. And they'd be getting their own food, so they don't really necessarily have to rely on a chef whilst they're in port.
Oh no, but like
That's mostly whilst you're traveling, and
If
they
we-
don't really need a chef whilst you're traveling either, because the chef kind of allows it to have a nicer meal whilst you're traveling, but
Mhm.
they can still survive on rations really effectively.
yeah.
So I would say, to be honest, you're fine as you are by just going out. You could, and it would give you better,
Morale.
like morale. But your morale's all right at the moment already, anyway. So.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Have
To,
to think
like,
about how much space you've got left on the airship as well for other people.
yeah, do you reckon it'd just be worth just communicating with the crew and just asking how are things going? Is there anything we need to do for them? If it like.
So kind of the way that it works is because the majority of your crew are the Grimalkin.
Yeah, we'd talk to.
Their representative is Jenlin.
Yeah.
So you can ask Jenlin. You can ask your officers. Any of your officers, you can ask if there's anything that they want to do.
Yeah. Shall we check in with all the officers? Yeah, should we check in with the
Check
officers
with
then?
the officers, yeah. Before you do that, we're just going to very quickly pop to the loo.
Yeah.
And I will be back.
I'll also pop to the loo as well.
You guys can quickly discuss where you want to go as well, because you still need to decide where to go. I'll say that you can check in on the crew whilst you're travelling.
Yeah.
That just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
If you're going to the loo as well, Squish, what I'll say is we just go on a break, actually, because it's a little bit early for a break, but it's not too early for a break.
I mean,
So we can go for a very quick break.
That shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, but we can just go for a 5-minute break anyway.
Yeah.
It's quarter to 4 now, so we started at 2:30. That's an hour and a half.
Okay.
So that's about right. So we'll go for a quick 5-minute break. We will be back at 10:02, so that's about 8 minutes. So we will be back very shortly, ready for them to figure out where they're going. See you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. There we go. We're on a break. Go for a wee, get a drink, a cup of tea, think about where you want to go. Shoo. I'll be back in a minute.
Turn the light on because it's getting dark. Bump. Bump. So that.
I'm back, bitches.
Could I
Yes,
just
is he?
clarify what? Oh. I didn't say anything.
I know, I just heard you go. I knew you were about to ask a question.
Okay. Can I just clarify what the options were? Because I've written down about the library in Narstead and about the undead. But did you mention a dragon as well? And I missed it, really, basically.
Did mention a dragon, but that was to do with the library in Narstad.
What, do we need to defeat a dragon to get to the library?
No, there's a dragon-like being.
A dragon-like being supposedly inhabiting the area where there is a rumoured library.
Right, so that's something to consider if we were to go to the library. We might have to deal with this dragon.
Yeah.
Do we know if it's good or bad?
Nope. All you know is a rumour of a dragon-like being.
So there was only 2 options.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you're thinking that I told you there was going to be about 4.
Yeah, what happened to the other options?
I reduced them a little bit. There is still multiple options, but some of them aren't finished.
I mean, we still have the option of going to go and attack Dara if we wanted to. But fuck that.
Yeah, you could just go to the Phoenix Spire and take on a creature that I haven't even made yet.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you smell shit?
We could just go up to him
Got shit and then very quickly
and
have to
go,
find
hey, let's fight.
Yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't recommend it. If he defeated Zokus in dragon form,
Like,
What are
I
we?
really wouldn't recommend it, to
Yeah.
be honest, because it's gonna be fucking powerful.
Like, I'd probably wait until Joker's is like an adult dragon, like into his unsealed form before doing anything.
And yeah, like saying we could theoretically do that, we could also theoretically walk up to Emperor Nox's door and say, "Oi, let's fight."
And stab him.
You'd
Ding,
be
ding.
dead within seconds. Yeah, you would be dead within seconds, because I actually have made some progress on creating Emperor Nox. You would be dead within seconds.
Oh my
We could do an infiltration thing where I can use plant growth for a couple hours and make their grass grow a little bit faster and annoy the gardeners.
Quick question.
Let's do that.
Owen.
Also, we need to
really
also
could.
consider how many gods that Nox probably has.
Owen, that makes you
Yes?
think. Is there rules in D&D? Can you mute your mic, Izzy?
Ah, sorry.
For like, you know, say someone's like sleeping and you're trying to like stealth kill people, like you're trying to like literally slit their throats and they're dead instantly. So
Yes. An attack while somebody's sleeping, depending on how well you roll, 'cause
okay,
you still have to make an attack
Of
roll
course.
against them. Obviously, still be stealthed as well.
Mhm.
You would get an advantage on that attack roll. Depending on how well you rolled, it might be an instant kill.
yeah,
Might be an instant kill.
of course,
But even if you hit, it would count as a critical hit.
yeah,
It's an automatic crit.
makes sense. Because I'm just
So
thinking for
even
like if he
you
wanted to
hit them-
assassinate.
even if you only just hit somebody, it would still be like an instant hit.
Yeah.
It would be a what I would probably do is I would roll it on a major injuries table as well at that
Yeah.
point, because it could well be that it's a major injury that would almost outrightly kill them. But
Yeah.
remember, this is magic and shit.
Oh, of course, yeah, and I know.
Also,
So I looked
remember his
into.
wife is a necromancer.
Oh yeah, of course. But it's like I know there's certain limitations. Like I looked into the idea of potentially, doing locational damage in a D&D campaign, and how the idea of that kind of breaks the rules a lot. Because if you're like, all right, I'm gonna aim to shoot this guy in the leg to blow his leg off, therefore he shouldn't be in the fight anymore.
Yeah, locational damage doesn't work in combat.
Yeah,
Out of combat, can do. Not always, can do.
yeah. Because otherwise it'd be a case
There's
of
a higher
go
chance.
for the throat and you're done, or whatever.
You can't like say I'm going to specifically aim at this guy's head.
Hmm.
Certain boss monsters in the future. I'm not saying that this is something that I have designed, but I have looked into it. Certain creatures might have weak spots that you can target that would have a higher AC than just hitting them normally. There is ways of doing those sorts of things. Like
Alright.
a creature could have a 16 AC just to hit them and damage them, but
Oh,
their
of course.
weak point could have an AC of 18. Or
Yeah, I mean,
20.
I think we had a similar thing
But
with
you do
the
more damage
with
if you hit that.
time, didn't we? We attacked at time from a certain. I thought if we hit
You're
from
No,
the
I think
side.
it was that Xenomorph
That was
Knight.
that was the Xenomorph, yeah.
Yeah, that's
You're
it, yeah.
thinking of the Xenomorph Knight with its head, like armored headpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you hit it directly on, it took half damage. If you hit it from the side, it took normal damage
Right. Okay.
because of its armored plating.
Yeah.
So stuff a little bit like that, yeah. But there are ways of doing it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Right. Jumping back in, are we all back? We all ready?
Is he?
Yes.
Yes.
All ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Oh.
Ready?
Yep. Brilliant. Cracking. Hello. We are back. Let me change screens. We are back. We've had a drink, and we are ready to go. So, question. Why are you rolling dice? Who's rolling dice? Izzy, why are you rolling dice for?
Oh, I'm not. It just says E on my screen. I must have clicked the
Is
button.
that Izzy rolling dice? Or is that Ragnar rolling dice?
Izzy, you're muted.
A dice
Oh,
just
I'm
rolled on my
muted, I'm
screen and I
sorry.
don't know who it was for.
Oh, what if I? What? Did I roll something?
I think it might have been an old one from Ragnar rolling earlier and it just didn't roll. And it's just now that it decided
Strange.
to roll. Doesn't matter.
So
Siltrus keeps saying Siltrus is typing though.
Yeah. Frozen the screen. It just says E on it. I must have clicked the button for ages. Ugh,
why have
oh
you frozen
dear.
the screen?
I'm
Refresh
gonna
the
have to
page.
refresh.
Yeah, refresh the page, it's fine. So, this is all theatre of the mind at the minute anyway, really. So what are you guys doing? Where are you going? Are you going to Naustad to investigate the library? Or are you going to land in Aberdaron and travel to Kirkcaldy to investigate these undead creatures?
I think we need to finish what we
Okay.
started if it is Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go and investigate the Brotherhood.
It was our mistake that they got to full power in the first place.
Can we make sure we've got our earplugs?
Yeah.
Can we make sure we got our earplugs just in case? Because just in case they have the same manipulative powers, it'd be good to plug our ears. And can we come up with some sort of sign language between us all to understand each other?
So sign language, that would take time to do. So no, not yet. But you can spend a while another time. Like if you were just having like another week of downtime, you could do that.
I mean
if you're back at
more
the-
like basic
like
things.
that.
But if
That
I
would
was
you would still need to roll performance and insight
Of
to
course.
make sure that you can understand
Yeah.
what each other is. Because remember, you're also in the heat of battle at that point.
True.
So,
I get it.
you have to roll performance checks and insight checks to understand each other at that point.
All right.
I suppose I
but
could
if you
send
agree
sending
some-
spells, though. Couldn't I?
Agree some basic
Into their
things.
minds.
Yeah, but if you're in battle, that costs actions.
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Never mind.
So you can do basic things, and I would give you advantage on those checks. So you
Okay.
can have like a basic set of stuff, and I'll give you advantage on those checks.
I'd probably say things like heal me, help, attack him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
I'm
do
just
that.
Or
imagining.
look out!
I'm just imagining heal me / help being that sort of drowning arm, drowning hand.
We're just doing a little dance.
Waving around madly.
You'll also notice that I've now got 2 separate tokens for where the airship is and where the party is.
Yes.
Because you guys were getting slightly confused as to where everything was last time.
Yeah,
So
a little
I
bit.
decided that I'm actually just going to separate things.
That'd be
make it a
good.
little bit
That
easier.
that really does help.
So now you know where the airship is and where you are, so you can kind of plan how long it's going to take you. I am going to skip forward in time, though.
Oh, wait, did we talk to the
Abadaron's
crew?
just a big city.
Oh wait,
You can talk to the crew whilst we're skipping time.
Okay.
Do I have to do
That's what I'm going to do now.
the
And
roll
we've-
for
Navigation.
Yes, you do. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, make
So,
them up.
And
you
don't forget
need to make
Ashley-
a...
Actually, one of the eyes to investigate Declan.
Oh, yes, okay. So if you want to investigate Declan, this time it will cost more. It will cost 1,000 gold. Because you are asking them to investigate something very close to the Empire.
Since we're
So
there,
it's
should we
much
just
harder for them.
shall we purchase that out of our pot?
just-
Since
You
rather
can do
than
that
out
out of
theirs.
your pot. Yeah, you can just say, "Here's 1,000 gold. Investigate what Declan is doing."
and here's your 5 grand for other ones we'll send messages to you for.
Yeah.
Sounds
You
good.
can just do that. That's fine. You don't get the information until you go back to the Resistance.
Of
but
course.
that's happening in the background now. And you might get little pings from them because you've now got Cullen there or linked to the Resistance, who can possibly sending spells to one of the party as well.
Of
Just
course.
saying, what would you like us to do next?
So Ashley, take off another grand
Or they'll
then.
have somebody.
Yeah, I've taken off another
Take
grand.
another grand off the pot.
Okay.
You want to talk to the crew? Who would you like to talk to? All of them, or just specific?
I guess just hold an officers meeting, just check in on everyone, like a general meeting, almost like not an AGM, but a quarterly meeting, sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to kind of summarize, or do you want to RP?
I like the idea of RPing it if you guys are up for it.
RPing it, yeah. So Seldisa calls a meeting with all of the officers, and they gather in Seldisa's quarters, in the sort of the meeting area of Seldisa's quarters on the ship. In fact, I'll tell you what.
I was going to say, can we see the ship again?
Let's go to the ship. Let's go to the ship. Because we haven't seen the ship in a very long time. You'll notice that I've added the Grimlock in.
I can see.
the most shit placeholders for Grimlock in the world.
Oh my god.
I actually thought.
A million tiny cats.
Oh my god.
This looks like me. Me
Of
using
course,
Conjure.
Izzy would like that.
I thought Izzy might like that, yeah. So yes, there's just like a million tiny cats now, all over the place. So yeah, I don't have tokens for you guys yet because I need to copy them over. But we'll just imagine that you guys are all gathered in the sort of like the officers' quarters in the captain's quarters. So, off you go. Tell DC you've called a meeting.
I'm calling this meeting just to check the state of, well, the crew, ship, and officers.
Heiser will probably speak first, I would have thought. The running of the ship seems to be going fine at the moment, Elisa. We are constantly replenishing our fuel supplies, etc., etc. Every time we're in port, the crew seem to be. I'm sure Jen Lin will agree. They seem to be in relatively high spirits. Obviously they're getting paid. They are having regular breaks. Lots of shore leave time at the moment as you guys go and do your investigations. And as of yet, we haven't encountered any issues along our travels. I know that we are not necessarily aware of what you guys are doing on the wider scheme of things, but you are using an airship as an airship should be used as a transport most effectively. Jen Lin will probably chime in at this point, going, "Yes, my pack and I are very pleased with the arrangement.
That's good.
We have food, we have a place to stay, we have a place to work that is not dangerous. Some do get restless sometimes, but that is often solved by shore leave and a good bar."
Is there anything that the crew would like a bit more, or any particular preference that's been cropped up at all to like better improve?
A variation in the foodstuffs. I know Ragnar has been trying to vary his recipes as much as possible. Obviously, things like milks and creams.
You're going very Welsh, I see.
Milks and creams, I know. I'm trying to do the honey slightly.
Yes, it's more like mistful, I think. Yes.
Yeah, honey's is high as fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do the slightly more.
Yeah, I get. I get you.
Trying to be pleasant.
A bit more Khajiit
Khajiit
like.
sells his wares. Khajiit
Exactly.
sells his wares. But also female at the same time. But apart from that, we are content.
I'll certainly try to mix things up with the food department. I know you don't always like that on a stick.
Your food is perfect, Ragnar.
Yeah,
We know that you are developing your skills, but we prefer more of milky textures, cream-like textures to our food, and milk and cream being cat-like in origin of our kind sits very well with us.
We need to make creme brulee.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I try whipping up a creme brulee?
Yeah, I'm not up here in the arm and the leg because
Yeah.
they probably already saw that, Seldis. But yes, they did. They did see that. It's hard to miss. You have a great big metal hand and leg.
Oh my
So,
god,
You'd have to be pretty blind to miss it.
we can make like flambéed things and like have a performance at table, and I can use like produce flame to make.
Could do, yeah.
I'd certainly be up for trying it.
I don't have a name for it, but they would probably request what is effectively Bailey's.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Okay.
D&D name for it yet.
Can Ragnar join this journey? Try to whip one of those up?
Yeah, I mean, you've got brewer's tools, so you've got brewer's supplies. You still have to make all your checks. I forgot about all your checks.
Of course.
So these say you need to make a charisma check and a
Okay.
dexterity check, adding your proficiency bonus. Ragnar, you need to make a constitution check with your proficiency bonus added. Vine, you need to make a wisdom check with your proficiency bonus added.
Do I add anything else because of my tools?
No, that is your proficiency bonus.
Right. Okay.
Your tools allow you to add your proficiency bonus.
Constitution,
to the
right?
check. Constitution with your proficiency bonus added.
Oh, this new dice,
19,
isn't-
13?
this new digital dice isn't doing bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was
What did
my
you
old
get,
dice
Saldisa?
that did shit rolls.
I'm just typing it in now.
You're typing it in now. Perfect. Siltrus, you don't have any checks to make.
Yeah.
on to
How long's the
officer.
journey?
It can really take a few days.
Is that all she cares about?
For
What do you say?
21 dex 5. Okay, that's about normal. The Celdistas on the ship rolls.
So she's just
Really
waiting
well.
to get off the ship.
Really badly on charisma. That's about normal for you though, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Look, I'm not the best captain around.
You do well at piloting the ship,
Yes.
Do me and
not so much interacting with your crew.
Vine put on a good performance with what we try to do with food and a show?
Yes, I mean, like with the piloting and the checks on navigation, you're not going to spend any extra time. It'll take you a few days to get to what's its face, the place I had,
Yes.
Abadara, that's the one. And then it'll take you. You'll have to travel from there by foot to Kirkcaldy as the party of 4 of you.
Yes. Can I also?
But yeah, so you put on a bit of a show. It's not a fantastic attempt, but the Grimmelkin seem to appreciate the effort of you attempting to sort of like meet their requests a little bit more. They appreciate it, and they have some. But like Jinlin will have some pointers on how you can improve, because it's kind of their like.
Their signature drink.
Their typical dish. Yeah. Their sort of their cultural foods,
I get
etc.,
it.
etc. So she'll have some pointers on how you can improve it, what you can do differently.
Can I also whip
etc.
up
She'll
some
probably
rations for
essentially
us?
join you. Yes. I mean, you guys have all got a few days of rations, I think, anyway.
I don't think we have much, to be fair, because I don't think we've been luckily like not. I think we've been eating off the land mostly.
You can have each have like 5 days worth of rations. I think you can whip up, like mixes of dried meat, nuts, etc., that you've just.
Oh,
rationed
I
out
have
of the-
9 days of rations already.
Oh, then
I only
you
have
probably
one.
don't need to worry.
Oh, fair enough.
If anyone has got less than 5 days of rations, you can bump it up to 5 days of rations. If you've got more, don't worry about it.
I just realised.
But yeah, it doesn't take too long.
Each ballista.
There's 3 cats on each ballista. Yeah, it takes 3 crew to crew one.
Yeah, I know. It's just the look of just like regular cats working a ballista. It's just.
And there's 5 cats on the rigging as well.
Anyway.
You have to
That's
understand that
not-
these aren't actual
Yeah,
cats.
yeah.
These are like
Of course.
I know that.
Slightly smaller than dwarf-sized humanoid cats.
I gotta admit, to me, it's not really breaking my suspension of disbelief because I play Monster Hunter.
yeah,
God.
yeah. So
Right.
there's various different bits and pieces that you found out. So from the information that you found out from the crew, they seem to be content. They seem to be happy. Everything's running all right. Nefer would give you a quick briefing. I won't go into like the fineries, but he would give you a quick briefing of how the engines are running, how everything is working.
A lot of techno.
effectively. There's no doubt. Yeah, a lot of techno babble, a lot of techno speak. Which
Does Ragnar
some-
understand?
just I'm not even going to make you roll for that. No.
I think I
Yeah,
understand it
probably-
like a bit.
You have a bit of a grasp on it. You understand vaguely what he's talking about, but he's still a little bit confusing. He does have very much of a techno babble speak. That is a little bit.
I'm just gonna nod.
Yeah,
Is
so
it-
Vine probably just nods. The
Is it
one
like the
person
classic
that
nerd
probably
who knows
really-
nothing but nerd language?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like the one person that possibly properly understands is Siltrus. But even then, a lot of it is kind of above your head. You understand the principles of how it works, but a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, you've never actually applied.
Right.
You've
I'm
never
excited.
done that. So, after a few days, and again, I'm going to skip through to the like quick travel, effectively. You land in Aberdaron and make your way down the main path, the main road to Kirkcaldy. And a few days after you've landed in the airship, because it'll take you maybe 2 or 3 days to get to Kirkcaldy from Aberdaron along the main roads. You don't need to worry about random encounters because these are main roads. They are well policed. They are well travelled. You arrive in the small little town of Kirkcaldy.
I like this aesthetic. It's quite
Left
nice.
zoom out, zoom back. Yeah, I've kind of actually I found a really nice town map generator, so I'm just giving up on making my own custom town maps because this is actually, I really like it. It's really pretty.
Well, to be fair, though, we can't complain it anymore.
You really can't, no. This is not me making them. Also, kind of ignore the population. It automatically generates the population, and I can't get rid of it. So ignore the population. But this is Kirkcaldy. The town itself sits on the plains of the grasslands of Inveria, and it sits along a river, quite a large river that thunders down from the hills to the south. The town itself is not massive. It's a small village. There are a few notable locations. Let me get the descriptions up.
Could I say that when we finished our long rest before arriving, I did my Master Scrivener thing and made an invisibility spell scroll?
Yes, you can do that. So you can put an invisibility spell scroll on your list.
Okie dokie. Tinkle.
So there is 3 notable locations in the town that you can find just from looking around and spending a little bit of time traveling around. There is a tavern called the Generous Queen Lodge. There is a blacksmith called the Sword and Buckle, and there is a general store called the Frayed Hall. What would you like to do?
What's the what sort of aura is the town's sort of giving off? Does it look like abandoned? Is there any signs of life? Is it dead? Is it like destroyed?
It seems like a relatively normal town. I mean, they do eye you with a little bit of suspicion as you enter the town. Like they have had these reports, almost as though they've been having these reports for a certain period of time, and they're a little bit wary of anybody new in the town. But you're not like outwardly accosted. You're not outwardly treated poorly.
Similar
just
to
because
Aris.
you are new in town.
But like Aris
Alice
Aethel.
Aethel?
Yeah.
No, nowhere near as bad as Alice Aethel. Like in Alice Aethel, you were treated with like fear.
Right, so more like, you know, new cowboy comes to town sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a little bit of curiosity more than wariness.
Yeah, okay, curiosity.
Yeah.
All
more
right.
along the curious side, just a little bit wary, a little bit just noticing that you're new in town.
Well, I think you all know what Ragnar's going to say first. Let's get a drink.
So you want to go to the Generous Queen Lodge?
Aye, if that's what the others want to.
Yeah, why not?
Okay then.
Yeah, let's get pissed.
Let me close it.
Let's get pissed. Maybe not pissed, we are here to investigate, but I'll be down for that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, right.
There should be a show just called like Drunk Detectives where people just get pissed and try and solve mysteries. Oh, that'd be really...
Oh, we should have a D&D session where we're just drunk the entire time.
I am super. Well, we can't do that on Twitch.
No, not us, but our characters are drunk the entire time.
Oh yeah, like I am actually sorely tempted to do like a mystery solving stream, where like people are just pissed, but of course you can't do it on Twitch.
Oh, I think no, you actually you're allowed. It's allowed so long as you're not.
I'm not one to drink.
So
you're not allowed to excessively consume alcohol.
I think
you're not technically allowed to be like wankered.
I think you're allowed to be drunk so long as you're not to the danger of yourself, basically. So as long as
you can't be pissed. You can be tipsy because I normally drink on these streams. But you can be a little bit tipsy.
That's the only way you can deal with us.
I don't blame it. He takes a sip of vodka every time.
That's normal. I go through like 2 pints of cider every stream because it's like you are that you drive me to drink. I'm joking. So the Generous Queen Lodge is a large-ish building towards the entrance of town. So you're approaching the town from the east, going west, and it's a fairly large building towards the east of town, entrance of town over here.
Mm-hmm.
It is made of nice dark oak woods, thatched roof. It's quite, and like I say, it's quite a large building. It's a few stories tall. As you walk in, there is a human male. There's lots of patrons. The place is quite full, busy. Lots of locals drinking, eating food. Nobody seems to take particularly great notice of you. You get obviously a few glances as you come in. You're new in town, but they would likely get a lot of travellers in the area going along the main roads anyway. So you don't have too much attention paid to you. But as you approach the bar, you see that there is a human male bartender stood behind who will approach you, ask you what you are looking for.
A round of mead for all of us, please, first.
A mead. A gallon of ale will cost you... a mug of ale will cost you 3 copper each.
I'll just chuck him a gold piece and... No, not gold, a silver piece.
Oh shit!
Silver piece. Silver piece. If all 4 of you would be 12 copper, which would be a silver and 2 copper.
I'll just chuck him a couple silver. Just give him a bit of...
A couple of silver will do you happily.
Yeah. Keep the change.
You can just do... and to be honest, he'll bring over like a gallon at this point. Because like it's like 16 copper is a gallon, and you've just paid him 2 silver.
Yeah.
Which is 20 copper. So he'll bring over like a jug, like a proper gallon jug of ale for you, and 4 mugs.
Thank you. I got this down, boys. And girl.
Do you any food?
Just
Hog roast?
just pretend that
Not
we're
that quite in that
just like not
fancy and
listening on
established.
conversations, but actually just listening on conversations.
You just want to listen for conversations.
I'll take some bacon.
I'll come back to you in a minute. You can have poor meal, modest meal, comfortable meal, wealthy meal, or aristocratic meal. Poor is 6 copper, modest is 38 copper, comfortable is 6 silver, wealthy is 3 electrum, aristocratic is 5 electrum.
I'll take a nice comfortable meal.
6 silver then. And he'll bring out, after a little while, he'll bring out like a plate. It's kind of like a roast, small roast, effectively. Bit of roast chicken, some bread, so a few vegetables, some gravy.
Ooh, make me hungry, Owen. Bastard.
I know. Anyone else having food?
I'm just listening out to see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Filter.
Are we all having a meal? What are we doing?
Divine and Theldisa are foregone meals at the moment.
Ragnar
Ragnar's
just loves food.
Yeah, Ragnar does just love food.
Alright, I'm alright.
You're alright as well. Okay.
After having a couple drinks, I just swagger up to the bar if no one else is. If they're just listening, I'm gonna be Ragnar as Ragnar does.
If you guys, like the 3 of you are just listening, I'll come back to Ragnar and you're gonna go and interact with the barkeep, yeah?
Aye.
And go, are there any rumours in town?
Or you'd be like, so I hear these the dead. Yeah, I'll do it later.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic RPG, Elder Scrolls.
Can
Can you tell me any rumours?
Yeah, I'll RP that in a second after you do your listenings out if you want. See how that goes.
So you get a few bits of information. You do hear information like a table over. One of you would hear those creatures got sighted again last night. The beings, the undead in the forest. Aye, nobody's been able to go in there to get any wood for about a week now. They've been ordering it in to the general store. So you kind of gather a little bit of information from
Why
that.
not use Viagra?
You could also find out.
Stop.
Couldn't get any
Got
wood.
it.
I'm sorry.
What?
Just stop it.
They couldn't get any wood. I'm sorry.
He's making jokes again, being stupid. You can each roll. So that's information that you all overhear. Each of you roll me a perception check to see if you get any other information.
I mean, Ragnar's not really paying attention. He's just sort of swaggering out to the barkeep specifically.
You're probably scoffing down food as well at
Yeah.
this point.
So,
before you
perception.
swap over. Perception, yeah. It's to do with listening, so you don't get disadvantage, so
Ah, 12.
12,
Ah,
28, 16. Seldisa, I will come back to what you hear in a second.
I mean,
Ragnar,
you'll fucking hear something from 14 miles away.
I hear Ragnar.
You what? Yeah. So Siltris and Vine, you don't hear any extra information. Seldisa will hear some extra information, but Ragnar, you're going to go up to the bar and talk to the barkeep, yeah?
Yeah, after having a drink, he's just gonna basically wander over, half shouting. So I heard about these dead tentacly bastards. Can you tell me more?
Please refrain from talking about them in my bar, please. I mean, I don't want to cause too much unrest in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just
fixing up from the last time the locals got in a fight in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to know where they are so I could kill them.
And nobody knows exactly where they are. We've heard rumors, tales that they've been appearing in the forests around town.